Hello and welcome to another edition of Sidings. I'm Transport Historian Mike Jaimes and I've come to the Brickworks Museum here at Bursledon, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jim Beckett. Jim, lovely to meet you.
How do you do?
Now, you were just telling us a minute ago about a brickworks at, was it Chandler's Ford?
That's right, Chandler's Ford in Hampshire.
Excellent. So I think it was it you were saying there was someone putting in railway infrastructure there?
Yes, absolutely. It's an interesting story, actually. The landowner decided that he would rent out some of his land, large portion of land, for the making of bricks. And this was chosen because it was right next to the main railway line at Chandler's Ford. Now, one of the owners of one of these works happened to be someone who was experienced in laying track and railway infrastructure, and he was given the job of putting in railway sidings to each of about 8 works, and that meant that the landowner could obviously charge more rent. Now, this was a very, very good job for this particular person, Mr. Stevens. He not only was put the railways down, but he also was given a cut of the royalties paid by other brickworks owners. Royalties, by the way, they are something you have to pay to the landowner, so much per 1,000 bricks.
Right, okay.
Not only that, but he had sole rights to the maintenance on this track throughout its life, which was some 30 odd years. He was the only maintenance person. Wow. Not only that, but he was also given a cut of the royalties paid by the other brick makers. So it's a good example of the railway coming in and really making a site. It was very, very important indeed.
Wow, that's brilliant. So literally having your cake and eating it in this gentleman's case.
He did very, very well out of it, but the other brick makers, they did quite well as well, because they were able to advertise their bricks on rail to any station, anywhere in the country.
Jim, thank you very much for your time. Very, very interesting story. And some of our viewers may be wondering what this has to do with the railway. Well, there was a brickworks at Southwater, which is being covered later in the series, and you can find out an awful lot more about that when we get to episode 4. I'll see you soon.